Hello. So, in continuation to the last video wherein I shared about tidbits of karma, the book by Sadhguru, there are a couple of questions which the students and the people have asked, and most of it are the questions which we as well have it in our day to day. Is that if Sadhguru says that karma is entirely our doing, that means we are responsible for everything that's happening around the world when we start acting consciously that whatever I'm doing today is is my creation. I own this. Then I will start working or doing or even thinking consciously and not unconsciously. Yeah. So this is the whole interpretation of the book. Yeah. So there is a question, and most of us do have it, that there's a small girl which got where there was an unfortunate incident in India, and can I really say that she deserved this kind of a treatment or she deserved this kind of an incident in her life? And to this, he says, that when we start thinking that karma is all of us, even there is something called collective karma. Yeah. So if there is collective karma, then we all together collectively are responsible for the karma which is happening to the young girl there or to anybody around in this planet. Yeah. So there is something called karma due to inaction. Yeah. Inaction, not action. Inaction, that means inaction is also an action. Yeah. And it's as good as you're a bystander in an unfortunate incident, and the consequence of that is also getting carried on or accumulated to the next generation, wherein today perhaps we are that next generation where we are living unfortunately in such kind of dire circumstances, wherein we have to get to see this in action, where we get to see this bystanding jobs. Yeah. Why? Because perhaps our previous generation has not considered everything together as their collective karma. Yeah. They might have thought that it's somebody else's poor job or somebody else's fate or destiny. No, God is not doing this for us. Yeah, we got to do these. Okay. So this is what he says, that stop thinking that karma means that God will do the things for you or God is responsible for all the consequences which are happening. No, not at all. Yeah. So everything that's happening here is our karma, our consequences. And he also says that the whole focus of us in this world while we are living here must be on the process of doing. Yeah. I repeat, the whole idea about us living in this planet or in this world must be on the process of doing and not on the consequences, because consequences are very natural. Every action has a consequence, or every action has a result. Yeah. So it is anyway naturally going to happen. You do not have to worry about consequences or results. All you have in your control is the process of doing. Yeah. So perhaps give your 100%. I need to give my 100% and focus on the doing, and focus on thinking that we are completely responsible for everything which is happening around. Yeah, around us. Yeah. So everything unfortunate, everything fortunate is our karma. So today, for example, I am very fortunate and I have made a very huge empire. Yeah. So do I give away the whole credit to somebody else? If I do that, then I would start living unconsciously. That means I would not be very responsible once I have become very fortunate person or fortunate kingdom which I'm owning. Yeah. So I would perhaps be very lazy or lethargic and perhaps not even think about doing how to maintain my kingdom or maintain my property or inheritance. Yeah. So I wouldn't do that, right? I would be perhaps a lot more strategic and lot more, thoughtful about keeping this up further. So when I can own a fortunate part of it, which is entirely mine, I would also have to start being conscious about when it is unfortunate also that it's mine. This creation is also mine. Yeah. And I think back and start acting on how I can better it, how I can improvise it. He also says that generations before, like in 1947, India's life expectancy was around 30 years or so, and today the expectancy has improved to 70 years. Yeah, how has this transformation happened? Yeah, it's because each generation, each municipal community, each government were enforcing some laws, some policies, not constantly perhaps, but when there were collectively actions being forced upon, like perhaps we have stood by maybe polio vaccination, or maybe health systems. So these have been acted upon, and there have been constant steps on this, and therefore you can see the result today that the life expectancy has really improved. Similarly, when you talk about the safety topic of women and children, for example, and today also in other cases, the men, we are bystanders. So, what kind of action can we really bring up so that we or the next generation or the generations to come, my children, my children's to children, would not get to see this, this unfortunate thing happening. Yeah. So what kind of actions can we take? This is where I would own everybody's collective karma together. Yeah. So I think I would leave there with a question to all of us. How can I work on this, or how can I create this protection in this environment altogether? Yeah. And bring up a collective karma which can create fortunate things for everybody. Yeah. Thanks.